All right, guys. So this story is a little different and personal, and I just really wanted to share it with you guys because I find it very, very important and close to me. Um, this is the story of my granddad's funeral. So I just want y'all to pay very, very close attention to this story because there's very, very strange things going on. So my granddad, he was a preacher, um, and I messed around. I was about 9 years old, and he had actually gotten pancreatic cancer. So he got cancer, and he was, just, deteriorating, obviously. He was telling us to take care of everyone. So it's like July 4th. You know, it's July 4th, and I just knew, like, his condition had gotten so bad that everyone just knew, like, at this point, it was just a sinking feeling inside of me, So he's laying in bed, and he's literally, like, talking to people that were not even there, going in and out, or talking to people that aren't there, and talking to us, talking to people that he is saying is one of his brothers, and da-da-da-da-da, just, like, people that are not here anymore with us, and he's talking to them, like, basically telling them, I'm ready to go, you can pull me up anytime, telling them pull me up, and it was a lady, a lady that's very, very close to my heart, in my hometown, my original hometown. She actually came and she told us that we could come to her house, for the night. And she came in the backyard, and the fireworks started going off, and it was like the most bittersweet experience I've ever had. Like, I'm sitting out there in the backyard, the fireworks are going off, my grandfather's in terrible condition. I know there's no way he's supposed to be. I hear him saying, telling my grandmother, take care of Dee, take care of everybody. So the lady, she actually comes and she tells us that we can come with her. So we take a walk. We go to walk to her house, but we actually walk the long way. So we walked the long way and we talked to her, and I don't want to say this is a coincidence, but she actually said, she was like, I know, this is bothering you, and she asked me, she was like, how would you feel if your grandfather were to pass away, and you wake up tomorrow and he's gone? And I'm like, I didn't know how to answer it. I'm like, I asked her, what happens, what really happens when we go? I remember being baffled with that question to where I really couldn't understand. I understood what she meant, but I knew beyond, was something much more deep than humans could ever really understand. So there was no way for me to really defer on what it was. So it's me, her, and my sister. We walked the long way around. We go home, back to her house. In her house, she's got this big, nice house. I'm down there in her house. And I was watching Avatar all night. I love Avatar. Avatar: The Last Airbender. I love Avatar. I was watching it all night, and basically the next morning I went to my older cousin's house. We were playing the Wii and stuff all day, doing stuff, we were just chilling, playing the game and stuff, and they mess around, and his mother, she comes in there and she's like, hey, come with me. And I'm like, why? And she's like, you finna come with me. And I'm like, for what? I didn't do anything wrong. She's like, I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I just need you to come with me right now. So I come with her, I trust her, my older cousin comes with me, and he already knew, but he didn't want to hurt me like that. He didn't want to be the one to tell me. So we actually go up to the local church. We drive up there. We go in the church, and I'm looking around. Everyone is just inside the church, and I'm like, what's going on? And I could sense an extreme feeling of dread. Everyone was silent and just stared at me, because I am the only inheritor of my grandfather's paternal gene. Like, that was my guy. He taught me how to hunt. He taught me how to play sports. He taught me a lot of things, and they mess around. They tell my sister something. My auntie, she whispers something in my sister's ear. My sister breaks down crying. I said, I don't want to know. I turn around and I go to walk out, and they get in my way. They don't let me leave. Two of the elder people of the church, and there were some young ladies that I know and I still know in my life today. And I remember being I remember this so starkly. I remember this so vividly. I was so angry. I was like, let me leave. I was like, let me leave. And it, because I didn't want to face the reality of what might be happening. So, she came and she put her arms around me. One of the ladies, I remember, she's actually one of my cousin's mother. And she told me, your grandfather passed away. And I just remember like the most shattering feeling, him being my father figure, I remember the most shattering feeling and the most anger I had ever felt in my life. I was so angry. So we go to his funeral on the day of. We come outside in the morning, and I've never seen anything like this. When I come outside in the morning, it is people from left to right. And we live in a country town, right? So we come outside and we live in front of the railroad tracks. And there are people literally as far as the eye can see, all in my yard, limos from the left all the way down to the right. So many people standing on the railroad track, standing in the street, cars out there waiting for us, standing across the railroad tracks in the other people's yards where I can see them over there, standing in my next door neighbor's yard. So many people, I couldn't even, it was ridiculous, and I was like, all this, I'm like, and we go and we ride there or whatever. We got all our balloons in the car or whatever, and basically we go out there to the first day of his, out there, we go to his funeral. The church is obviously packed out. The church is just ridiculously packed out. We all go to the graveyard, and on the first day it was raining so bad. It was like the skies were crying. It was like the skies were crying out for my grandfather, and it was raining so bad that the grave had gotten full of water that they had to, let it dry up or bail it out. I'm not sure what they did, but we came back when it stopped raining to, bury him. So when we come back, in the next few days, we go to drop off the balloon, we go to drop off the balloons and whatnot, the flowers, and bring it all there for his final, pardoning. And they lower him into the grave. They begin to bury him. I'm watching as my grandfather is being buried. And we all let our balloons go, and this is the strangest part of it all, y'all, right? My whole family lets our balloons go, but for some reason, mine is the only one that went up. I cannot tell you what that is to this day. That is the strangest. I cannot tell y'all what that is to this day. But only my balloon went up. It floated and floated and floated and went away past the tree line, off into the sky in the distance. Only mine went up. And I remember me being 9 years old, and this was kind of like my first experience with whatever lies beyond life, with having some type of strange coincidence and message or something. I'm not sure. But I remember saying this to myself. I was like, Papa? It was like he was trying to tell me something, and I was questioning myself. Was he telling me something at a young age? So that's the story. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope me covering this and being able to come and depart with this story and to have it observable by y'all is something that can help y'all get through it. So until another time, I'll see y'all soon. Ciao.